I like sports. I don't really watch women's sports because I think it's very boring. So this was a clip that was released.
Ranks high on the list of things that I'll be fighting for and speaking up against. You know, everyone deserves the right to play. Everyone deserves the right to come here, sit in these seats, and feel safe and not feel like there's a threat or they can't be who they are or like it's just all eyes on them. So I think it's a crime, honestly, to separate someone for any reason.
Woo! Okay, so if you guys don't know who she is, she actually played WNBA in America, but also played overseas and was arrested because she had a vape pen. And the US traded her for known terrorists and she got released. So that's kind of the story of what has happened. And when I saw this clip, I was like, wait, what? Let's just be honest. Women and men cannot compete at the same level. I'm just going to say that. I played basketball in high school. I played volleyball in college. I do not want to play volleyball against a man. That's one. Two, I don't want to post up a man. And on my post regarding this post, I was like, wait, this is the person you guys traded for a terrorist. Why? Why? Because I'm going to say this. In high school, I played against her. She's built like a man.
That's a man, nigga. You heard her voice.
It's a man.
It is a man. Tall, okay?
Straight up.
I'm going to look up how tall she is, but she is tall. Women and men are not built the same. And I honestly saw a report this past weekend where they had a trans playing volleyball in high school, and that trans spiked it and broke a girl's face. Yep. So that I just remembered that story came to my head and I saw that. But what do you guys think about this topic? I don't want to be a hateful.
I don't know.
Is it hateful? We got to get away from thinking that just because we have an opinion on something that's hateful. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
dude, that's a man. And I've noticed that it's only men who actually say those things. Women don't want to play against men. There's a clip going around that's viral of a trans dude in MMA and beating the shit out of a woman and then sitting there going, I can't wait to fight the rest of you women. And I'm like, dude, how sad that you're proud that you beat up a woman. Like, he beat the shit out of her. And I'm sitting there going, how sad. Like, it's obviously a mental illness issue, of course, but I just think it's really sad. Like, and I'm all for, I think ban is a bad word to use. I think it's just like, look, if you were born a biological certain person, you shouldn't be playing against the opposite sex. That's basically what it is. The ban kind of sounds kind of like, I don't know, you're banned. Like, well, okay, whatever. Like, you just can't play with the opposite sex. There's differences. It's crazy.
I think it's a men's league and it's a women's league. Why don't she take her ass and go try to play on the men's league? In the men's league.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
or they
That's
Carrie,
valid.
Services, Carrie, take your phone off of Wi-Fi because your service is distorted. But or even like makeup, you know how they do, like they have those restrooms where it's like divided now. They got the man, the women, and then they have like a trans restroom. Why don't they just create a league for that? Like I don't think that even in high school, no, I don't think the kids that want to call themselves that should be in sports where girls were born girls. Like, it's just not fair. And I just looked it up. She is 6'9". She is 6'9".
She ain't a she.
That's like, hey, you heard that bitch's voice?
I mean, there's photos
That's
of
not a bitch voice.
him without a shirt.
It's not.
He built like a dude.
That's not.
I mean, who's like a dude?
I don't think it's fair. And
I think it's a terrorist. You know,
she's one of the few women who have dunked in the WNBA's history. I've always questioned this, but I mean, it's not confirmed, so I'm not going to go so far as to say definitively. Although I have always questioned whether or not she was actually born as a man. But I mean, the reality is the reality. Like, the reality is, you can't have biological men going up against biological women in sports. Like, it's okay for me. It's not okay for me to hit a woman right now. But if I put on a dress tomorrow, now it's okay for me to hit a woman? Like, that just doesn't make any sense. Like, it doesn't make any sense. I don't know, like, but I will say that, like, there's a lot of sports sports organizations around the world that are starting to ban it, and they're starting to realize, like, this is stupid. Like what are we doing? You know, so I mean, I think what Island said is the most appropriate response. Like, why not just have their own league? Like, I mean, not their own league, but their own division. Like, why not just have a section where they all just compete against each other?
Because they wouldn't make it. The league wouldn't make it because the women.
Oh, yeah. God's word.
Oh.
they're trying to silence you, Mario.
For real.
Don't let them silence you, Mario.
Put your phone on do not disturb. Your phone probably a hotline. Like,
it might be. Hold on.
Why you say that?
Dang, hotline.
I gotta say something real quick. Also, first of all, Brittney probably shouldn't be saying anything on anything right now. There's a lot of people that do not agree with her trade in the first place. So it's very bold of that person to even speak up on anything right now.
Oh, feels like she has
I would go sit my ass in the corner and be thankful that I made it back. I wouldn't be speaking up about shit.
I don't think she should have been traded, honestly. I'm sorry.
I agree.
Uh-oh.
What we traded before and left a Marine behind.
Not only that, but the person they gave back will do more damage than her scoring 14 rebounds.
Did you guys research this guy? This guy was selling all. He was a.
They made a movie about him.
Like one of the world's most elite.
What's it called? God of War or something like that?
Yeah, God of War. Nicolas Cage started it. Yeah, that.
Just like it, man. We traded one of those for somebody. Yeah, I don't got no patience for that. Like I don't.
Whose fault is that? You think Biden? See, I don't like talking about politics.
No, I think it's society's fault.
Society.
I think it's everybody's fault.
Social media made it bigger than what it was.
That's it.
But I bet you if it was someone else, why didn't the scientists get out? Why didn't the other military person get out? Even though they were like a spy, whatever. But to trade for that known terrorist.
We as Americans, we put the LGBTQFJ above everybody. So
above everybody,
they're better than women. They're better than men. They're better than Marines. So,
but you know what, man? I'm gonna say this, and I know that I got some slack for it, but I straight up was like, man, listen, because somebody, of course, I'm a basketball, as you can see. We going to the finals.
Whoa, they gonna lose tomorrow against the Warriors.
Yeah, get that in there.
We need that W tomorrow.
Hate is not a good look on it. Stop it,
Lakers.
You'll be all right. But someone was like, well, what if it was LeBron? I said, A, LeBron would have been dumb enough to do it. B, LeBron, he's strategic in his movements. And with all due respect to Brittney, like, that's like trying to compare a high schooler to Kobe, man. There's no comparison.
I mean, but think about it though. Think about what you're asking. What if it would have been LeBron? We would have gave up everything to get him back.
No, leave his ass there. Sorry.
That's the only way y'all can win, so it's okay.
That man is a known terrorist. What y'all shouldn't be putting. Think about 9/11. Think about the mass killings this guy did. Look, sports. I mean, I don't watch the WNBA anyways, but like
nobody does.
Yeah, nobody does.
Maybe they want to bring men in so that maybe it'll get watched. I don't know.
Watches it. But I honestly, if it was LeBron, y'all would want that trade?
Man, look, LeBron is an upsetting citizen of America. He don't talk shit about America. He's standing when he's supposed to stand. He's a good father. He's a good philanthropist. He opened up a school for the niggas. So
LeBron, damn.
And I don't agree with everything that LeBron does or says, but I do agree with what Quentin said on that. Like he does right, and like he don't, but the whole Brittney need to keep her mouth shut, in my opinion. Like. Lay low. You should be thankful. You shouldn't be speaking up for nobody right now. You should be real thankful.
She's trying to take this platform and run with it as much as she can, and she's not just going to say this. She'll say a lot more. Watch.
Yeah.
While while I agree with everything that you guys are saying, my question to you is, what would have been the best way for her to handle that? Like, think about the position she's in. All right, like she's in the WNBA. You know, like they're trying to build a fan base with the women. She was actually asked that question. So, like, you know, somebody asked her, "Do you think trans should be able to compete?" So, what would you suggest a woman in her position, you know, with the fan base they're trying to develop? How would you suggest that she answers that question? You know,
I would probably say something along the lines of, I mean, I'm not a PR person, but I would probably try to be politically correct a little bit, you know, and say, you know, that's up to the powers that in charge to make that decision. Of course, I wouldn't be opposed to it, but that's for them to make that decision versus, oh, it's a criminal, it's a crime, and all that stuff. Because at that point, you're making it more personal, which is even making people look at you. People already have a kind of a side-eye view of you, and now you just put a log in their eye in regards to you.
Yeah,
exactly.
I agree. She's a tough situation. I mean, I expect her to say exactly what she said.
Because
I agree with that.
She did go against it. You know who would be after her? The LGBTQ P. They would be after her.
Yeah, and they were the ones that were riding for her to come back. So while I agree with everything you guys are saying, you know, I just think from her position, that would be tough if I got asked that question. Like, even if LeBron got asked that question, he's probably got to say the same thing. And he knows goddamn well that he would dominate the WNBA if he went there, you know? But if he got asked that question.
That's valid.
Yeah, you only have
sometimes
25 points.
Sometimes I think that these people are expected to answer a certain way, and that's probably might have been the case. Whether they agree with it or not, I do think that they're like, we sign your paychecks, you're going to answer like this.
Of course, I'm sure it's in the contract somewhere. Like that. You can't say anything.
You're breaking up, V.
Vanny, your service.
Like, while you have to align with what they do.
Vanny, your service is going in and out. If you're on your computer, take your phone off the Wi-Fi.
Okay, hold on.
But regarding this, like, I think about like the long terms. You know how women, like court cases and stuff like that, court is in favor of women, right? So now what happens if a trans woman does something? Is she going to be trialed as a woman or a man? Like, I think about stuff like that. Like, what prison
will you go to if you were
exactly?
Well,
like,
we already know
that figure that out.
Problem.
Yeah, they're trying to figure that out right now.
I can guarantee you a trans woman don't want to go to a man's prison.
Nope.
If I ever commit
a trans woman or a trans man?
I don't know how it works, Nick. I don't know how.
Me neither.
I was just saying, I don't know which one you're supposed to say what they are and what they were.
I don't know if anybody noticed, but recently in California, there was like 40-something requests for trans dudes to be transferred to a woman's prison. And there's already women getting impregnated by these inmates. And then also, not just that, that's a danger